and I know that feeling. All right, let's go.
Tommy, you played well in stretches and not so much in stretches. Just start to finish, how did you think you played?
I mean, overall good. I mean, today, it's a response game, and you just need to get the result. I mean, you obviously got to dig into a process, but you're fighting to get back on that winning side of the ledger, and so that's what today came down to. And you know, I mean, losing games is tough at Arizona. Trust me, I don't know if it's tougher on anybody than me. The last 36 hours haven't slept much, and I just want to do great for this team and for this program and for the community. So yeah, I'm glad we got back on the winning side of things today. I thought we got off to a good start. We had a little stretch there, kind of about 5 minutes to go in the first half. We got a little sloppy. We just got to understand how to control a game. And Kylan has to learn that. That's why I was on him, because I know that's kind of a next step for him. And then the second half, they got a little more aggressive, and we're getting out in transition a little bit more. And that probably, you go back and watch the film, it'll probably be some questionable shot selection on offense that led to that, or a turnover, and they made some transition threes. So we can be better there.
If I could have, there was much talk about the Kylan little.
Yeah.
You must have liked the way he responded in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, I got one of my coaching mentors right over there, Coach Steve Hertz, who's a baseball coach at Gonzaga forever. And he and I talk a lot. And, he told me that, when you get on a guy, they need to know you love him. And, I love Kylan. I mean, that's why I'm on him, because I have high standards for him. I believe in him. And I want him to get better at those things. And, just having coached Kylan a little bit now, I think he needs that a little bit, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but, I got to do what I think is best for that individual player. And Kylan responds to that, and hopefully pretty soon he'll grow out of it, and he'll have matured a little bit, and we can just have more reasonable conversations.
What's the challenge when you have a team that wants to match pace or even go faster than you guys are?
I mean, the challenge is, that comes right back at you. Not a lot of people do that. So, you test your transition defense as well. And, I mean, hey, 2 games in 36 hours, maybe we got a little bit tired in the second half. And, I'm looking at that lead, and it seems like every second takes 4 seconds, to come off the clock, and you're just trying to manage the game. And so maybe keeping lineups out there a little bit too long, I mean, that's something I can think about, but, I trust those guys, and I just want to, can we take that lead and sustain it, or take that next step with it, and so it doesn't come down to, a 2 or 3 possession game. So.
Keller is now tied for the team lead in assists. Is there something that he's doing differently these last few games, or is this just showing his court vision?
I think he's always, been a willing passer, and I think he's been a good passer. I think he's developing into a great passer. In order to be a great passer, you gotta be able to see things a step ahead, and then you have to have enough discipline to turn down tough plays and find things a second later. And so I think he's really developing that with his poise, and I'm comfortable with him coming off those ball screens, and I'm comfortable with with Caleb coming off those ball screens, and those other guys are getting better. I mean, it's something we got to continue to work on. It's not easy to do.
You talk about that technical on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, our guys got to class up a little bit. It's hard. What's hard with some of these things, these officials, they do a good job, but they got a lot on their plate. And it's just, what's hard for us is, they things are called so inconsistently like that, like, I mean, I get it, but if they call that a technical every time, the kids would quit doing it. But it's the first time it's been called a technical in my 3 years. I mean, usually they give you a warning and tell them to get back, so, I mean, that's what makes it hard. I mean, for me, it's just the consistency and how they enforce those things. And, but our guys need to be smarter. I mean, there's no reason, because, when you start doing things like that, I know you're supporting your team, but you're also kind of doing it for yourself, because you know why? You get shown on TV. So like our guys got to grow up. I mean, we need to hit our standards at Arizona, not an individual standards.
So it was going too far, not anything said necessarily, just going too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was told. I didn't hear of anything other than that. He said, wait till you go back and watch the film and see how far he went back out on the court.
You talk real quick about Caleb's game, obviously, all the points, but in 2000.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb's, he's an incredible basketball player, and I think he's got a really bright future. We're lucky to have him, and, to score 2,000 points is not easy to do. And in less than 4 years. You know, kids are starting to do it now, but they're getting that 5th year. So, I mean, you got to be a really good basketball player to do it. And he's, you know, the way he came out today, I mean, you know, really set the tone for us. So he got off to a good start. So I'm really, really, you know, proud of him. And I love coaching him. And I think he's getting better game to game.
T-Shot did the same thing. I mean, he blocks early,
Yeah.
some shots.
Yeah, I mean that's you know hey, I mean today, I mean I told our guys, I mean this game's going to come down to you know the character of our program, and you know we got to come and we got to show our character and we got to respond. We can't come over here, you know, heads down and you know just don't do that. You got to respond and we have high character people and we have a great culture and so I think that shined through today, especially early in the game. You know, noon tip, not easy to do. We had them down here at 8 in the morning. I mean, you know, you think many of these guys wanted to be up 8 a.m. on a Saturday? Probably not.
Caleb's got a few games, 3 or 4 games, I think, 20 points in the first half. Is there something about him?
Well, he can score in bunches. You know, he can score in bunches. You know, and I'm okay with it as long as you know he's you know taking you know good shots. You know, I mean, he needs to take good team shots, and you know his good team shots might be different than another player's good team shots, but you know for the most part he's doing that and he's growing in that area.
We're not going to see you before Wednesday. ASU has a game tonight, but their last game they were down 25 in the second half and forced overtime. It was a blowout the last one, but I'm assuming that you're expecting a different matchup.
Well, for sure. I mean, we know they're going to respond. You know, they're a streaky team. You know, the way they play is hard to play against, and you know, I'm sure they're going to come out and spirited with great effort, and you know, we respect them as a rival. So you know, we need to what we need to do is enjoy today. You know, nothing better than a Saturday game in Tucson, right? Got the rest of the day, it's beautiful, and relax tomorrow, and then we have a couple of days to get better and prep for them. So, yeah, but we definitely expect them to come out. You know, and I'm sure they'll be in a respond mode.
T-Shot has to play against Washington State. Val comes out today and plays really well. How important is it that he's a veteran and kind of able to hit that line?
Well, I mean, it's really important, you know. I mean, it's a great lesson for the younger guys in our program, and that's what you do. You got to respond, and we don't ask these guys to be perfect. We just ask them to respond to adversity, and he did that. I mean, he's a special person, and he's having an incredible year, and I'm really happy for him.
So you got him out of here at 8 a.m. Did you go through a full shoot around, or how did you handle it?
I mean, I'm modified. I'll email you the script.
Well,
No. We got me. No, these early ones. I mean, the main thing is we're getting them up out of bed to eat. That's what we're doing. So we will cover a few things just kind of before just to make sure we're putting our minds on the game, but traditionally not a full shoot around on these early tips.
Huskies only made 5 out of the last 18 shots. Like, how do you assess the overall effort and defensive?
Well, I mean, you'll have to go back and watch it. I mean, I thought we did a great job contesting some of the shots. I also thought some of them they just missed. And I mean, both teams playing, 2 games in a short time span. Maybe that has something to do with it. And so we'll have to do it. But I thought we started out the game, pretty good defensively, and our guys really did a good job of kind of that first half. Taking away the things we were looking to take away. The second half got away from us a little bit, but that happens sometimes.
KJ has struggled a little bit the last 2 games, it seems like. Do you believe in the freshman ball, or kind of?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, listen, I'm very comfortable with KJ on the court, and you look at a lot of our tougher games, where we've hit some real adversity, we've gone to him and he's delivered. So no, I mean, it's a learning experience for everybody, and teams are a little more probably in-depth scouting now and things like that, and so he'll learn how to adjust to that. But all in all, I mean, I love having him on the court, and he's an absolute winner.
All right, thanks.
Enjoy your Saturday.
Thank you.